Anyways, yeah, here we are. BoonePod.
What were we talking about this time?
I have no idea. What did we talk about the first time? I don't remember.
I don't know. We kind of just talked.
That's how a lot of episodes end up going. It's like we just talk. Because I know some people get mad at me where I talk to people and then not actually talk about what they do. Because I had Sloth on and we talked about like fucking Jeffrey Epstein's Island. And just made Seinfeld jokes and Peter Griffin impressions.
That sounds like something.
And I'm like, that's a very Sloth episode. But then I'm like, with you guys, I'm like, what do we talk about that we didn't talk about the first time?
I don't know.
Maybe some catching up to do. I don't know.
Lexi, would you like to provide any insight?
I do not know. I am not the person to be asking.
Intro. I don't know the intro.
Oh, for BoonePod?
Yeah.
I don't know. What I've been doing with season 2 is what I've been doing is just putting off the intro as long as possible because I think it's really funny, and also just introducing the guests super late. Like I was talking to what's their name? Grape Photography.
Grape? Yeah. Bruce Grapes.
Yes, Bruce Grape. Because I'm like I don't remember for a second in my brain I was like, is it Furious Grapes? But no, it was Bruce Grapes, and we were talking about how doing an episode where I don't introduce the guest until like the last 5 minutes of the episode, because I'm like, how fucking
like
funny that would be.
Episode? Oh my gosh!
Guess who it is?
Yeah.
Write this down. Someone write this down.
Write this down. Future me, please write this down.
So season 2 episode, whatever, mystery episode.
Mystery
And
episode.
all you have to hear is their voice. You gotta try your hardest to not give away any context clues.
I'll get someone on the podcast that has like 2 followers on Instagram.
They don't even live in Boone.
Yeah, they don't even
They're
live.
just visiting.
It's just some homeless guy I
Some
found
guy
on the
from
street.
Florida who's up here for the snow.
Yeah, who would do that?
Probably anybody.
Yeah, probably anybody. I don't know. But how was your winter break, guys?
Winter break is really weird for me because I go home with my parents, and they live in Florida.
Oh, so you had to go home to Florida?
I guess we didn't piece that together. That's why I said that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's weird. In the transition from high school to college is when my parents decided to move down to Florida.
That must be really weird.
I was already committed up here, too. I was already committed, months and months ahead of that decision. Well, until I heard that decision, I should say.
So you were all settled in at App State, or like realizing that you wanted to be at App State?
I was at home in like May, and then they're like, "Hey, by the way, we're moving everything
to Florida."
And I'm like, "Dude, what?
That must be awful."
Me? Oh my god, I had to give my car. I had to give up my car, so I couldn't drive up in here. It's not like I had anywhere to stay per se.
So did you fly down or did you drive down?
My dad drives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that drive from Florida to North Carolina, it's
11
bad.
to 12 hours. I mean, from here, I think usually what we do is, he'll bring me up I-95 or whatever, and then he heads down and stays like with my mom's parents.
I just have flashbacks of doing that drive when we were going to like Disneyland when I was like 6.
If I had to drive any of it, I wouldn't do it.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be awful.
I sleep like the whole way.
I remember the longest drive I've ever had to do was driving from here to the Outer Banks, and that's like 6-7 hours, I think. And
must have been hard on your arms rowing.
It is, yeah. But from an hour into the drive, I just turned my brain off, and then what I did is I would just put on like a podcast and just completely just turn my brain off.
I think is the best invention that ever came to automobiles.
You don't realize how much you use it until you drive someone's car that doesn't have it. Because my old roommate, his car doesn't have cruise control. And I was doing like a 2-hour drive in his car. And I was like, I'll just use cruise control. And then I'm like, how do you use cruise control in this car? So I called him, like, hey, how do you turn on cruise control in your car? And he's like, oh, it doesn't have it. And I was like, what do you mean it doesn't have cruise control?
My sister had this like little 2003 Subaru Jalopy, and even that thing had cruise control.
Oh, what got me was like it's like a 2005 Nissan. So I'm like, why doesn't your car have cruise control? It also doesn't have Bluetooth, which threw me for a loop. It just didn't have a bunch of functioning things you'd think a car needs to have.
Yeah. You don't realize how far we've come until you step back 20 years. I mean, that's almost 20 years ago.
Driving a car without a backup cam kind of throws me for a loop too. Because I've got a 2015 Ford Focus. people are going to dox me now. But I've got a 2015 Ford Focus, and it's got a backup cam. And then for a while, I couldn't use my car, and I could only use my roommate's car. And so learning how to actually have to like just drive and then go and doing that kind of threw me for a
For
loop.
everyone listening, he did the arm behind the headrest, look backwards.
No, I was just going to let him guess. I was just like, what did he
I thought
do?
it was implied, but hey, man, I don't know. You know, people don't do that nowadays.
I have to stop myself from doing so many visual bits when I do this because there's so many. Because there's a podcast I listen to, which is, shout out to anybody else, the Super Mega Cast. My favorite YouTube channel of all time, Super Mega. Been a subscriber on their Patreon for years. I love them to death. They recently switched to doing video for their podcast, and they were talking about how, like, they try not to do a ton of visual bits just because, you know, like a majority of their listeners are still on, like, Spotify. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I have to stop myself from doing so many stupid fucking visual bits.
I talk with my hands.
I know! Me too! I didn't realize how much I did it until I started recording this. How much I use my hands.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I know! But it was really hard to get used to. But, you know, here we are. Maybe one day if I ever do video, besides the thing you guys helped me film, which again, thank you so much for helping me film that, by the way.
We're always open. If anyone ever wants to ask us to do something like that,
yeah, please hire them. They are awesome and great to work with.
We take anything as payment, if nothing.
A Wendy's 4 if you're generous. The biggie bag.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they might have.
They got rid of
those.
They got rid of the biggie bags, man.
No, they still have the biggie bag.
You think so?
Last time I went to the Wendy's up here.
Okay.
Last time I went, that was like a week. That was like a week ago.
Within the past week, this happened. So I don't know.
If I go to
Wendy's,
if I go to Wendy's after we get done recording this and they do not have the 4
you will riot.
I will riot. I will burn this town to the ground.
And we'll be right there behind you too.
I will burn down this capitalistic system to the core.
I mean, that was the one thing holding this economy together, I think, was the staple price of a 4 for 4.
Of a 4 for 4.
4 items, each $1. Mm-hmm. Right? And now
a fantastic deal.
And now we're in this lawless hellscape without this defined price tag for a meal.
I don't know what happened to go. Have you guys gone to McDonald's in the last, like, year or two? I'd never realized how much more expensive McDonald's has gotten. And then I never realized the Big Mac has also gotten smaller. Have you ever seen a picture of a Big Mac from the 80s? It's the biggest fucking burger you've ever seen. It's like this big. It's huge. It's massive. And then you get a Big Mac now, and it's like this sloppy. It's like they it's like they fucking give you a burger and they put it in the blender for like half a second before they hand it to you.
It always looks like a fucking bomb explosion.
Yeah, and then all of the lettuce from the Big Mac is just in the corner of the box. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Good fucking luck getting it out of there.
I do a little reconstruction.
Maybe I need to do some digging.
Right.
BoonePod will. I'll make Mr. McDonald see for his crimes. I will happen. This is coming off the fact that I recorded an episode of Soul Nostalgia and I was like, BoonePod is a socialist podcast. But I remember I felt so bad because all of the members of Soul Nostalgia are they're vegan.
Oh,
right?
Really?
I didn't know that until I started recording with them because even then, after they told me that, I asked them, like, what's your favorite cookout order? And then they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever said in my life. Anyways.
To be fair, I know many of vegans who do in fact eat a cookout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are just certain things you kind of just don't bat an eye at. You know?
Anyways, go-to cookout order.
We're on the same wavelength. I was thinking the same question.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
you
is
have
it?
to start. Well, no, you asked.
I have to start? Okay. Okay, so I get the big double tray, the big like double burger, everything on it plus Cajun seasoning, and then the chicken quesadilla, Cajun fries, and then depending on how unhealthy I feel, I will either get a Coke or a double chocolate milkshake, depending on how badly I want to feel the next morning.
That's fair. Or how rough the night went.
Yeah. So
after you, that's a good order.
You know, Nick put me on the chicken quesadilla moment.
Mm-hmm.
2 chicken quesadilla tray fries, and you know whatever I'm feeling for a side, it kind of always changes. And I always get tea. This cookout's got good tea.
That's a good order.
Okay, if I'm feeling a little crazy,
I feel a little goofy.
I'd get the 4 chicken quesadilla tray. I know that sounds fucking crazy.
That's a lot of quesadillas.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes...
I like their quesadillas, but I don't know if I like them that much.
Sometimes it's just one of those nights, you know? It's 2:30, 1 o'clock. Fuck, dude, I want 4 quesadillas.
Yeah, I get that.
You
I
know,
remember...
but if it's a normal day, I got it.
Yeah.
If it's a normal day, I get 2 quesadillas, chicken, of course.
Depending on how much silly juice you've had.
That is very true.
Depending on the amount of silly juice in the system.
The amount of silly juice in the air that night. And maybe I'll get fries and then a honey mustard chicken wrap.
Okay.
Chicken wrap with stuff on.
That's... I've never had that.
You ever had a snack wrap? From McDonald's? No.
Nope, never had one. I remember one of the
How do people say
funniest...
it's like a snack wrap?
Okay, I get that. I know a lot of people that preach the snack wrap as a
Myself
godlike
included.
item.
Myself included.
I've never had one, but I do. One of the funniest things that's ever happened to me was this was when I was still in high school. No, I was in community college at this point. I was like 18, and we were visiting a town. I forgot the name of it. It's some weird town, but we were going to an arcade for one of my friend's birthdays. And when we all got done for the night, it was around midnight, and we were all like, we're starving. Let's go to Wendy's. So we go to Wendy's, and my friend who's driving very confidently asks the Wendy's person for a snack wrap. Now, I don't know if you know this. The snack wrap, not only at that point, had already been discontinued from McDonald's. But he went to Wendy's full well knowing this. And then he asked the lady for a snack wrap. He's sober, completely 100% sober. And the Wendy's person is like, what do you mean?
Honest mistake, honestly.
But
I would have asked again.
But he did. He was like, no, I want a snack wrap. And they're like, this is Wendy's. And he's like, do you have any kind of wraps? And they're like, no, we don't. We don't have any wraps.
Do you think you could make one for me?
I don't remember. He probably did ask something similar to that. I think we all just ended up getting the fucking Dave's Double. Or actually, the second best burger you can get at Wendy's is the Carolina Classic. I don't know if they serve it anymore.
I don't.
So
I'm not sure if I
I don't know if they stopped. They may have stopped serving it during the pandemic, but
I think there's a picture of it on the menu at our
maybe.
Wendy's here.
If I can order it, I will. So the Carolina Classic is a normal cheeseburger, but it has chili and coleslaw on it. So it's like a normal cheeseburger, but it has a chili, coleslaw, and mustard on it. It is delicious.
I've got to ask, are you a coleslaw and hot sauce person on a pulled pork sandwich?
I've never tried it, but that sounds really good.
I'm gonna be honest, Cookout's got good barbecue.
That's your next cookout order. That is your next cookout order.
Maybe.
I'm the odd one out right now because I'm a resident coleslaw hater. I don't like coleslaw.
I like coleslaw if it's like homemade.
Yeah.
Homemade coleslaw is good.
What is your preferred cut? Do you like them sliced or diced coleslaw?
Or shredded.
Well, yeah, I guess
Shredded.
Shredded or diced?
Shredded for sure. But yeah, this is actually just the food podcast. We're just going to talk about food the whole time. I'm down. I totally could.
This is the We Forgot to Eat Lunch Today podcast.
Yeah. Have any of us eaten lunch today?
I had rice before I came here.
What kind of rice? Just like white rice?
Rice-a-roni in the cup.
Okay.
Microwave.
That's solid. I will say my friends know this about me. I will never stop singing the praises of a rice cooker. One of the best things I've ever bought for my apartment is a rice cooker. Just, like, oh, what do I want for dinner tonight? Oh, I have rice and I have a protein. There you go. There's dinner.
Chicken and rice, man.
Chicken and rice.
Meal.
There is nothing simpler and easier than just chicken and rice. Just just throw some rice in a rice cooker, wash it first.
How many times do you wash your rice?
Until it's clear. And you wash it until the water runs clear. I'm a little chef.
Yeah.
That's what I've been ever since I moved up to college. That's like one of my big goals. Is just teaching myself how to cook. I try to cook at least one meal a day, whether it's like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So, I technically cooked breakfast this morning.
Oh yeah, well, what did you cook?
Oatmeal. Nothing crazy.
What, would you use more than the microwave?
Did
you use more than the microwave?
No, I cooked in the pot.
Hey, that's better than me.
Because I don't know. So I didn't really get into oatmeal until until about a month ago, because it's really good for you for breakfast, right? Oatmeal. But so the first time I made it, perfect. The subsequent 5 times after that, I ruined it every time. I have no idea how. I followed the instructions, but I just completely ruined it. Oh, hold on, they're whispering. I don't know what they're talking about.
We're recalling a funny oatmeal moment that happened.
I tried to make...
Write it down in the comments below. What's your funniest oatmeal moment?
I tried to make Nick oatmeal because he wasn't feeling well, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, fine, whatever, I'll make you oatmeal. And for some reason, it just fucking imploded in my microwave with it only being in there for like 30 seconds.
So it just imploded?
I covered it in everything, and it just like everywhere, all over the fucking microwave.
Like you tuck under the paper towel. It like blew the top off. That
Oh
thing.
my!
You may have.
I don't know. Did you buy the explosive oatmeal from the store?
Oatmeal's
My
a
bad.
volatile substance. You gotta be very careful with things in the
I don't.
microwave.
The two most volatile substances: dynamite and oatmeal.
Easily. Oh, easily. It's like epic rap battles of history. Dynamite.
Have you seen the Mr. Beast one?
versus Oatmeal.
Have you seen the Mr. Beast epic rap battles of history?
I haven't.
I don't remember who. It's Mr. Beast versus someone else. It's like Mr. Beast versus like Thomas Edison or
It
something.
was me, actually.
Yeah, so it's Mr. Beast versus you. Yeah, but the intro is a funny shit ever because when it's Mr. Beast, it's this guy who looks nothing like Mr. Beast, by the way. But he does this famous, but he goes, Mr. Beast, and he does that fucking pose, and it kills me every single fucking time. I've never watched the whole video either. I just go for the Mr. Beast pose.
I think
All I need.
Do you know if any of those videos are in the Library of Congress?
They should be.
Do you think?
At least.
I think so too.
What? Okay. New question. What's the best epic rap battles of history? I know my answer.
Coffin Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb.
That's a pretty good one. Actual answer.
I don't know because I could.
I know mine. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus the Artists of the Renaissance. That's the best. That's the best one. Coughing Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb. Begin.
It's just a funny picture.
It's just
one of my favorite images.
Dude, your fucking Instagram stories kill me because it makes me realize that we have the exact same TikTok For You page.
Oh, really? Really?
Exact same.
That's so interesting.
Like with fucking, who is it? Like Undertime Slopper? You know what I'm talking?
I love Undertime Slopper.
love Undertime Slopper. My old roommate, before he moved out, he didn't get it.
Like,
He did not.
do you know
He
what
couldn't
Undertime
comprehend Undertime Slopper.
Have you ever seen the battle for Undertime Castle, Lexi?
I think you probably showed it to me.
I don't think I have.
I love Undertime Slopper. No, wait. The guy says Underline Slopper. He says Underline Slopper.
I think TikTok is an amazing app. I think it's an amazing social media platform.
It's awesome, but it also is really bad for me.
Oh, I think it's. I don't know. It's hard because oh my god, I could talk about TikTok for an hour at least.
Dude, I didn't realize how many people I followed on TikTok until I checked it. Because I was like, oh, I only follow a huge account. Do you know how many accounts I follow on TikTok?
Like thousands.
5,000.
Yeah, me too. I get carried away.
Because what happens to me is any account that has anything interesting at all, I'm like, follow.
Yeah, right.
It's not like Twitter.
I see, something really good. I want to see one of those
Yeah,
again.
because it's like on Twitter, I follow maybe 500 people, right? Nope. TikTok, 5,000
Yeah,
people.
Instagram only follow 1,300 people maybe. I don't know that number.
Well, you
but-
have to follow people on TikTok because they're so volatile with how they ban accounts. They are so more than any other social media platform. TikTok is very quick to ban people for any minor infraction. It's the reason why I save so many videos. Like I go back in time, I have videos downloaded from 2019 on my phone. it's like a time capsule.
Seriously, yeah.
Any TikTok where I'm like, this is funny, I will download it.
Like my phone gallery is like the museum of TikTok history.
I have so many TikToks on my phone that my phone stopped putting them in the TikTok folder. The TikTok folder has 2,000 videos, and it stopped putting them in that folder in 2020. I have thousands of TikToks on my phone. I have to.
I think my favorite part about TikTok is are the really niche, content creators and communities you could find.
Like Undertime Slopper.
Oh my god, do you know who Daniel Larson is?
Mm-hmm.
like that genre of people.
Dude, Daniel Larson is like a cryptid. He does. I never see him on his own accounts. It's always accounts that are like
fan pages.
Yeah,
or
fan
news
pages.
Do you know who Daniel Larson is, Lexi?
Because you can never find his own accounts because they get banned so
Can we
quickly.
explain a story in brief here? Do you know it?
There's so much lore.
Daniel Larson is a musician. I will call him a musician because he did make music.
I guess you could call him that.
I think it was called Roaring Thunder.
Yeah.
You heard Roaring Thunder by Daniel Larson. That's his song.
But he's also, like, is he homeless?
I'm fairly certain he's homeless at this point in time. It changes every day.
All I know is that I recently saw a TikTok where he was arrested for dine and dashing at a cheesecake factory.
That sounds very true.
I saw that. I've seen the police report.
It's like the Chris Chan effect. You know the Chris Chan effect? Chris Chan, of course
He's like Chris Chan, but he's also like... He's more of like a cryptid than... Because Chris Chan is very documented.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Daniel Larson, it's like you just see skips and memories of like different like periods of time.
I think it's a big trickle-off effect, runoff effect. You know, what is it? Oh, man, I just had that phrase in my mind. It's like the
Mandela effect?
The over something. You're over something. Oh, my goodness. You're like over...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea.
I'm going to remember in 10 minutes.
It'll come back like 30 minutes
like
from
they're
now.
like cataloging too much of his life, right? You know, and because I think Christian is, if I may be mistaken, but in saying this, but I think they are the most documented person in human history.
Yeah, 100%.
Like every day.
Well, I mean, they're in jail right now.
Yeah, but every single day on the wiki, you know, there's multiple events for every single day.
I know one of my I have a bunch of my friends that constantly sing the praises of the Christian documentary that's made by I forgot his name. Geno Samuel. I've watched the first like 3 or 4 episodes.
Well, yes.
But it's such a time commitment because every episode is an hour and there's like 65 episodes.
He's not done.
And he's nowhere close. Like I think he's only just now in like 2018 or something. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's kind of like insane to think about how much of this person's life is documented. The documentation of someone's life.
Can you imagine?
Has disastrous effects.
Can you imagine, like, people knowing, like, I guarantee there are Christian, like, historians who know more about his life than he does.
Easily. Oh,
like,
easily.
Because if your life is recorded that much, there's no way, like, that has a positive effect on your mental health.
And I think that happens a lot with some of these people on TikTok, like Daniel Larson. You know, because it's a tragic story. It really is. Because people have taken advantage of him. You know, claiming to be his like management stuff. You know, and you know, people pretend to be Grace Vanderwall. Have you heard about that?
I have not.
He's dating Grace Vanderwall.
Oh, is this like a fake person his trolls have made up?
Yeah,
This is just like Christian.
Oh yeah.
Just like Christian. Where people just make or like pretend to be a girl and they're like, oh, I'm in love with you.
Seriously, that happens all the time.
It's fucked up.
I've seen that happen many times.
It's crazy. It just goes to show you how you should not post your every waking minute of your life. That's why on my personal account, I haven't posted anything since like December 1st last year.
Like social media is a very dangerous tool. Oh my goodness.
Social media is only, like, I feel like for 99% of people, you should, like, I don't think you should post more than you should just look at stuff. Social media is fine if you just look at it. And then you should also probably set like hard time limits for yourself. Like on TikTok, I have a time limit on my phone of maximum 2 hours a day. Because if I don't, then I'll wake up in the morning, get on TikTok and scroll.
That's true. That's so true.
For hours. And it's not good for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How did we go from talking about cookout orders to like how bad social media is for you?
Hey guys, if you're still watching this late into the episode, make sure to put your favorite cookout tray in the comments for us.
Let's get back to other fast food restaurant orders.
And the best cookout tray wins 1 free BooneCast beanie.
I still need mine.
I don't know how we're going to pick that, but... Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, do you have a...
Speaking
no fucking shot. I was talking about this with someone the...
BooneCast beanies!
Oh my god. This is the best thing I've ever received. Oh my god. I'm so happy right now. Oh my...
Limited edition... 1 of 11 ever made.
Oh, I can't wait to be looking at this in 40 years when you guys are running a media mogul empire. Like, I was there, man. I was there.
We're gonna be the PepsiCo.
Yeah.
Of.
Is this a good? Is this a good look?
Everything. That's a wonderful look.
Okay.
I think the double hat combo.
Yeah. For context, I'm wearing a BooneCast beanie and my App State hat right now.
There are so many BooneCast beanies available. Not many, but we got like 5. And I want to get rid of them. They're taking up a lot of space in my closet.
This is like owning like a one of 6 Beanie Baby. It's gonna be worth like $40,000.
Yeah. When we make it big, when we get that Drake placement,
I want to meet someone who's big into collecting Beanie Babies. I feel like that'd be cool.
I think that's fallen off pretty hard since the 90s.
I think it has too, but I want to meet people who are still really into it.
I'm fairly certain we've all seen the picture of the couple in like a divorce court divvying up their
Oh
Beanie
yeah,
Babies, right? You seen
yeah,
that
I've
picture,
seen
Lexi?
that.
And I wonder if that still happens or if that was just like a one-off.
I think
thing.
it's really funny because it seems like Lexi's the only one of us that's like not chronically online.
Yeah,
it's real because
Lexi's like a real person.
Lexi's a normal person. But every time I go on Instagram and I'll just see your Instagram story, it's crazy how much me and you are almost seeing the exact same shit
online. I really like to post whatever I find funny because I think it's fun to share it for one. I think it's fun. And I like other people to see what I like.
Dude, the moment I saw Undertime Slopper on your Instagram story, I'm like, there's another!
I love all those like core kind of edits and stuff.
Dude,
have you heard of Celluloid 3000 by chance? That's super niche.
I have not. I have heard of Core. I do really like Core. Core is really hard to explain,
sure
though.
What that is. And I can only explain it if you understand what.
Yeah,
what
Core is a TikTok trend where you can only really explain it if you see it. Like it's hard to put down in definitive terms, but when you see a Core video, you know what it is. It's like that thing where it's like you don't. It's hard to describe what constitutes being porn or not, but when you see something, you're like, yeah, that's porn. You know. It's almost the exact same thing.
I don't know how to because a lot of them are montages, I should say, of a montage variety, kind of like and that's like a niche topic within itself. So I think it's almost like shit posting. I think it's kind of like transcending.
It's like a weird kind of shit posting, because I remember seeing a TikTok video about it where it's the same thing that happens with a lot of TikTok trends where when they first start off, they're usually filled with meaning. Where they're like Core started off as being like
post-ironic. It's post-ironic.
Yes, what? Where Core started off as something that had like a lot of meaning or like a lot of political meaning, where it was a very deep rooted, where every thing in the montage meant something. But then it evolved into where more people see it, the less meaning is attached to it, to where it just becomes a soulless trend. But it hasn't happened as much with Core, which I like, but I definitely don't see it as much anymore. But
But Celluloid 3000 does this thing.
Yeah, please tell me what Celluloid 3000 is. Is this like a TikTok page or is it a trend?
TikTok.
Okay.
So give me 1 second. Celluloid does Counter-Strike edits. You know Counter-Strike Go?
Yeah.
CSGO? Oh my god.
I've never heard. It's been so long since I've heard anybody call it Counter-Strike Go.
Sorry, CSGO.
Someone's not caught up on the trends.
But, or like.
Please sign my petition. Okay, I guess that sounds pretty good. Thanks.
I think I may have seen this guy before. Or someone like him.
He does these like crazy edits.
Oh, where he like...
and he does a lot of like Counter-Strike hacking, and then he does like cool video edits over it. And it's just
I love these,
like
dude.
This right here is just crazy.
This is the kind of stuff I want to see on TikTok, man.
Right, this is like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be taking in this much information at one time. And really, what am I getting from this video?
It's cool.
Like, I don't know what's going on.
Those are my favorite kind of TikTok trends where it's just cool.
Sorry.
But, dude, the listener's going to be so fucking confused.
Yeah.
How do I describe what I just saw?
Describe it. You gotta
can't.
watch it for yourself.
You can't, dude. But
for everyone that makes it this far in the video, check out Celluloid 3000 on TikTok.
Please do.
He's got some funny videos. I don't quite understand it, but I think it might change the way you think about something.
Yeah.
It scratches an itch in his brain.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh my goodness.
I love, dude, some of my favorite things ever are weird niche things on the internet.
Have you ever heard of Hunimal?
No.
Hunimal is a number system developed by this guy on TikTok. And it's, Hunimal is this number system utilized to shorten how long it takes to say a number.
Already not that long.
Yeah, but it's trying your hardest to put it into one syllable, right?
Okay.
Continue another topic and we will return to this.
Well, I was going to bring up one of my favorite YouTubers.
Please continue.
Justin Wang. I love Justin Wang.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
So he talks about like old internet, like early internet stuff, where it's like super like weird Reddit stories or whatever, just really gross stuff or really interesting niche like memes from like early 2000s internet history, like late 90s up until like maybe 2003 internet stuff. And I love his videos. Please go watch them. A lot of them are really gross, but they're really cool. But he's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I didn't realize up until recently how weird the YouTubers are I watch, because it's not like normal YouTubers. It's stuff like Justin Wang or LGR, if you ever heard of him. Oh my God, I love LGR. He's one of my favorite YouTube videos. But like those are the kind of YouTube videos I watch. And then I was talking to one of my friends, they're like, yeah, no, I don't watch that stuff.
Really?
I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
What kind of videos do you watch on YouTube, Lexi? Let's all go around in our little line over here, and we'll talk about our favorite YouTube videos.
Gibbons.
I mean, recently I've really been rocking with like Summon and Salt.
Oh, dude, I love Summoning Salt. Oh my God.
Those kind of things. It's just like, you know what? If I was on the Wii right then, like
like how one guy broke the Mega Man 2
like,
world record.
And it's like the most comprehensive video.
And then you're watching and you're like,
and
you
they're
can't
like
stop
hours
putting.
long.
Yeah, I know. I love them.
See, Summoning Salt makes them so interesting. That's what I like about those videos. I like speedrunning a lot too. That's an interest of mine personally.
Speedrunning is really cool, but I could never get. It's one of those things where it's like I really like watching it, but I can never get into it.
I can understand that. I don't. It's a hobby, right? So I do it sometimes with certain games that I really, really enjoy. But I don't try to do like the super long ones, right? I do like a short, under 10 minutes,
like
right?
100% speedrun Red Dead 2, and it's like 67 hours.
Hour 46.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we're gonna go to Valentine and pick up.
Dude, I've been working on the story on Red Dead 2 for literally like 3 fucking years.
Oh,
Like,
really?
and I'm still only like 23% of the way in because I'm just like, ooh, like what's that?
But
like,
I mean, I know people who are like that, where they Red Dead 2 is one of those games you can
stretch it out.
you can
Like,
stretch it out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Personally, I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot of it. Oh yeah, you could play that game for a long time. I've heard a lot of good things too.
I remember the day that game came out in 2018. I was it was when I was still in high school, and it was after school, and we were getting.
2018.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I can't believe it. But I was getting coffee with my friends, and then all of a sudden there was a pang in the back of my mind. I'm like, Red Dead 2 came out today. So I remember I was talking to my friends, and I just got up and I'm like, guys, I have to leave. I'm sorry, I have to go. And they're like, what? Why? And I was like, Red Dead 2 came out, and they were like, so we all left and ran home. And I remember I immediately bought Red Dead 2, and I sat there playing it until like 3 a.m.
So maybe you when Shadow of the Colossus 2 comes out for real.
Yeah, in 40 years.
Yeah, in exactly never years.
And exactly never, because there's not going to be a sequel. It's one of those games I need to sit down and play Shadow of the Colossus, because it's part. If I remember correctly, it's or is it not? I don't remember if it is part of the PlayStation collection. You know, when you get a PlayStation, they have like here's like 40 games.
Oh, really? They do that?
Well, actually, no. This may be just on PS5. I think.
Oh yeah.
So
like when I got a PS3, you know, whenever they came out, I got Uncharted 3 with it or whatever. I guess. Well, whatever. Uncharted 3 was Game of the Year, I guess.
But
if that's what you're talking about, yeah.
No, so on PS5, when you have PlayStation Plus, you get a thing called the PlayStation Collection, and it's like 40 games of like the best PlayStation games that are released, and I think one of them is Shadow of the Colossus.
Is it like a paid thing? Like how does
No,
that work?
it's not it's just an included part of PlayStation Plus.
Oh, so it's kind of like Game Pass in a sense. You know, what Xbox Game Pass is.
Yeah, but
I'm not quite sure because I'm not a constant gamer myself.
It's not like Game Pass. They never change the games that are on there.
Oh, really?
It's just like here's 40 really good PlayStation games, and you just get them for free.
Have you always been PlayStation loyal?
No, so it's weird. It's complicated. So I started off on my 360. That was the first console I owned where I'm like I really played a lot of it. And then I went to my Xbox One, where I played a shit ton of Destiny 1 and not much else. And then around the time in 2016 is when I got my first like gaming laptop. It wasn't a gaming laptop. It was just a laptop that could technically play games.
Yeah.
And then over time, around 2019, 2020 is when I built a PC to play games on. And then the PlayStation 5 came out, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. So eventually, after a few months, I was finally able to get a PS5. And ever since then, I switched between playing games on my PC and my PS5. But looking back at it now, I don't think I could ever go back to playing on Xbox just because I like PlayStation so much better. But yeah, and then recently I sing nothing but the praises of the PS5. Are you an Xbox loyal?
I am personally an Xbox loyal. I will. I don't know, man.
I was on the Xbox train too, and then I got a PlayStation. I'm like, wow, I can't ever go. It's actually kind of crazy how similar it is from when I went to having an Android phone to having an iPhone. Because for a long time, I was that guy where it's like, why would you ever buy an iPhone? It's expensive, overpriced. And then I upgraded from my Samsung S7 to the XS Max, and I was like, how could I ever go back?
Do you think that's a similar situation between, like, the PlayStation and Xbox?
For me, the Xbox doesn't feel special. Like, it just feels like you can play games on it, but it doesn't have any cool exclusive games. But then you get on a PlayStation and you're like, what? This is purely built for nothing but playing video games for people who love video games, right? And they have a much, in my opinion, because Xbox doesn't really have any console exclusives. It just feels like a machine that can play games.
Sunset Overdrive
is on Steam.
Xbox One exclusive when it came on Steam like last year.
Yeah, but even then,
came out with the Xbox.
Yeah, but even then, the Xbox.
Oh, and I wanted to play that game so.
I got it for my birthday.
Oh my!
It was really cool.
It's got like the best soundtrack. Mm-hmm. I mean,
it's crazy that they made.
It's not like an OST. It's like a soundtrack, and it's got the best soundtrack I think in any video game. It's like all my favorite artists, all my favorite songs. Cheap Time wrote an album for that.
Oh really?
That band. They wrote a whole album.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh my god, I loved it.
It's really funny to me, though, that Insomniac made Sunset Overdrive their only Xbox exclusive game ever, because Insomniac, loyal PlayStation developer. And then right after Sunset Overdrive, they made Spider-Man 2018. That's really funny to me. And then Spider-Man 2018 is the best Spider-Man game ever made. So maybe besides Miles Morales. Miles Morales is just like a very...
Is that the newer one that came out?
So that's the Spider-Man game that came out. It was a day one game for the PS5.
Oh, really?
It's kind of just... It's a more condensed Spider-Man 2018 with more movement mechanics, better lighting, ray tracing, all that stuff.
So it's like 2018, then Miles Morales, and then the newest one. Or is there a newest one?
So the Spider-Man 2018, which launched on PS4... And then they put out they put like 3 DLC episodes for that, which are all like 5-6 hours long. And then they put out Miles Morales for the PS5, launch title for the PS5. And then they go same day too. They release a remastered version of Spider-Man 2018 that has all the new lighting features, haptic feedback on the controller, all that. And that's how I played Spider-Man 2018 was through the PS5 version. Because if you bought the deluxe edition for Miles Morales, which was like $80, which $10 more than the normal price, you got Spider-Man 2018 remastered with all of the DLC for $10, and it's like the best fucking deal ever. And the Spider-Man 2018 was technically the first game I ever played on my PlayStation 5, but it's really good.
Now I'm a little interested that you said $10 more than that.
So
price. How do you feel about
it's stupid?
Games pushing the
it's stupid.
$69.99?
It's stupid. What's weird is that no company. There's not. It has $70 hasn't gone to the standard yet because the majority of people who put out new games that are full like AAA games are still, most of them are still $60. But it's just some developers here and there like Naughty Dog or Insomniac.
Those big,
basically,
the ringleaders of
basically the Sony first-party developer studios will put it out for $70. Like the new Horizon Dawn, all the new.
That was $70 too.
Yeah, $70, which I think is stupid. That is, but there is that thing where it's like if you paid the proportionate amount of how much the developers put in for developing the game, video games would be hundreds of dollars, but they're they're 60. But even then, when video games are still $60 now, that's still cheaper than how much they were back in the day. Because back in the N64 era,
like how much was?
There was no standard price. Well, it's weird because some Nintendo 64 games were like $40, and that's in the 90s, which I don't know how much $40 is now for inflation. But then some games they'd be like, yeah, this is $80 for a Nintendo 64 game.
The late 90s?
Yeah, in the late 90s. I think
it's like $90 today.
Yeah. So video games used to be proportionally more expensive. And then from the PS2 GameCube, Xbox era, the $60 was kind of the standard, but
And it is impressive that it stayed that way for so long.
I'm shocked. Well, I think the way it worked out was that one video game developer was like, well, mostly Sony was like, we should start charging $70, and then other game companies were like, we should start charging $70 too. But then, you know, I don't know. I also get mad at the whole fact about I don't know if you've seen this. This has been a big thing for me, where big video game streamers, who only play typically 4 video games a year total, and will put thousands of hours, will say that video games are boring now. Like fucking, oh my God, who is it? Like Dr. Disrespect. I cannot stand Dr. Disrespect, because he'll go on Twitter and be like, video games are boring nowadays. You played COD for 10,000 hours. Of course it's not fun anymore.
Dude.
Like, no shit, it's not fun anymore. Go play an indie game for like $10 on Steam.
Never more than $20 on a video game, swear.
Yeah, it's like, unless it's a game that you really, really want, like day in, day out. But then most of the time for me, most of the games I buy on Steam, like I'll wait until they're on sale, or like $20 max. Like, what is it? I bought Days Gone on Steam, which I already had it for free on PlayStation, but it looks better on Steam, so I'm like, and it was only $20, so I'm like, you know, but my Steam library is too big. It's too big.
Do you want to compare our
How many
SteamDB right now and compare our Steam stats?
How do we do that?
Hold on. So you're going to go to steamdb.com. Lexi, can you entertain the podcast while we do this?
How do you log in? Oh, sign in via Steam. Okay.
So, for the people wondering, Steam is like the #1 platform on a PC to buy video games and stuff, right? It's kind of like the Xbox store of a computer, right?
Yeah.
And SteamDB kind of has all your stats, you know, like price per hour that you spend on game on average, you know, your average.
Oh, really? I've never checked it before.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can. Oh, man. Steam calculator. There we go.
Hold on, I'm having to go through some hoops to sign into my Steam account on my phone. Well, because I got a new phone. That, like, my Steam stuff didn't transfer over. What do you mean? Send the code. This is so much fun. I'm trying to log into my Steam account, and then it's like, we sent a thing to your Steam mobile app. Well, I'm not logged into the Steam mobile app, so I'm going through 5,000 different hoops.
Hey, Booners, while you're waiting, type in your favorite video game in the comments. And the best video game wins a BooneCast beanie. No, I can't do that. We can't do that. But the BooneCast beanies, I will say, hit us up on Instagram at BooneCast. Name your price, because I want to get rid of them. I only got like
$500 each.
Yeah, $5,000 per beanie, because they're limited edition, of course.
$650.
Yeah, $6,500. And
$800 and you get one limited edition BooneCast sticker.
$100,000 million is all we're asking. But no, seriously, if you want a BooneCast beanie, pick one up. You know, ask us on Instagram. Name your price, because I want to get rid of them. I only got like 5 though.
Whoever finds Nick's house first, you get free BooneCast beanies year round.
The first person to knock on my door wins a restraining order indefinitely.
Yes.
First person to deliver a dead cat to my door wins.
Okay, so I'll start reading out some of my stats here. What do you want to start with? Have you made it?
No, I'm still not even logged in to my stuff. I'm sorry.
I know some of my stats in my
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I looked at them today.
My hours on record throughout my entire account, every video game is 75,000. Sorry, no, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. 7,500. Oh, my God. 75,000 is like years. 7,500.
Hold on. Okay, thank God. Hold on. I'm very close to getting into my Steam account.
Continue.
I didn't know I'd have to go through this many hoops just to check my Steam account.
I just put my Steam URL in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can look at the Steam calculator,
Oh.
and then it prompts you to put in your URL. I know my vanity URL by heart. Because I'm a fucking nerd.
What a fucking
I'm a
loser.
loser.
I just want to know my stats, man. Oh, thank you, Steam. Welcome back to Steam. Thank you.
Steam.
Not like I've had my Steam account for 7 years at this point.
So, would you consider yourself a hardcore gamer? You think gamers are a big community around here?
In Boone,
Yeah.
the amount of people that I see have like full on like gaming setups in their dorm is actually kind of crazy to me.
Really?
I definitely think it's definitely gotten a lot bigger of just people who just have. I see more people have full PC setups than their than like consoles. Honestly.
Those are getting expensive, too now.
Oh, yeah.
I know I bought my PC. I don't know it's obsolete now. Believe it or not, I think I bought it in 2018 now, and it cost $1,000. Oh my god, $1,000, and it wasn't even like super high end. It was like a mid to high end PC maybe, and now it's like
What's your specs, bro?
And now it's like low end though, right? If you put it in today's market, it's like a dog. You probably buy that thing for $400. Oh my god, and it does have 1050 Ti in it. Some like Ryzen, but if it was an i3, I don't really know.
Okay, how do I check any of this stuff? I finally got into my Steam account.
Okay, so I went down. Well, shit.
Oh, good to see that the website's working.
Yeah, right. Right here, calculator. It's gonna ask you to put in your URL or Steam ID.
I have no idea what my Steam ID is. How do you check your Steam ID?
Oh man. So
wait.
this has become a tutorial on how to check your Steam ID, guys. So you're gonna want to go to your Steam app on your phone, I believe.
Is it in account details?
Probably.
I don't see it.
Well, I'm glad we're making this a really interesting episode for you guys.
We're 46 minutes into the
46
episode.
minutes, maybe the past 5 or 10 have been talking about
Yeah.
how to use Steam DB.
God. Is it in... Nope, it's not in purchase history.
Let's see, I think it...
Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I found it. So this whole time, I actually probably didn't even have to actually go through the trouble of
Really?
signing into my Steam
What
account.
I ended up doing is I copied...
Oh.
I went to...
Okay, here we go. Account
here?
account value,
Oh, Lord.
1,897, 282 out of 433 games played. Average price, is that average price per game?
I believe.
1646.
Wow.
Average price per hour, 982.
It's an
Hours
expensive hobby.
hours on record, 4,046.
Okay.
Average playtime is 14.3 hours. Today's prices is 5,138.
Dang. You get good on those sales, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I think that's the
Dude,
crazy-
I remember
that's the best part about Steam is
the first 2 years I had my Steam account, I would every year spend like $200 on the Steam winter sale. Every year.
Steam winter sale from 2018
Oh,
to like
God.
2019.
Fucking
those couple years right
nuts.
there. Probably, I could say probably even 2016 to 2018. Those 4 years were
Wait,
awesome.
what is this one? It says.
It's not 4 years. It's 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a button here at the bottom. And I was like, what is this? It just says get disappointed in your life.
Yeah, you get to find out how much money you spend on video games.
Yeah.
I'm only my account value is like $1,000. Today's prices it's $2,700.
Yeah, I spend too much.
Because I'm
on it.
really only trying to buy games that are on sale.
You know what's really funny though? In my product by cost, I have more games from the $10.99 to $40 range than I do in like the from the $5 to $10 range.
Really?
And I have 9 from $54.99 or higher.
Mine's only 2. Believe it or not, I really don't buy really big games like that. At least not on Steam.
What even? Oh my God! This tells you everything about your Steam.
It's crazy, right? And I like information, but I think it's scary. You know,
It
information
is
very
scary.
scary.
Yeah, but
It's kind of scary that someone knows all this stuff.
Oh,
about me.
you know what? I just realized you should add me. We should add each other on Steam.
Oh, we should. We should.
This is so cute. Oh my God.
Sorry, Lexi. Because Lexi isn't on Steam like that. Lexi is an Xbox gamer. Do you know your Xbox stats?
I know some of them for
What's-
like some games.
What's the
It's
best game on Xbox right now?
Here, there's my friend code, by the way.
Unfortunately, with my Xbox, it cannot run a lot of high.
Wait, which
graphic-
Xbox do you have?
So I bought a used all digital one, so I think like Xbox One like X or S or something.
Yeah, I
off
think.
of Amazon for
Oh.
like $60, $80, and I was like,
So you're
"Fuck it."
telling me you're an Xbox gamer and you don't even have the new Series X?
Dude, they were
Wow.
like catching on fire for like 6 months. And I just like,
Yeah, it happens.
but
It
you
happens.
know what?
Oh.
It plays what the
It plays the
4
games you
I've been
want.
playing,
What
you know?
games you've been? Yeah, that's
Well,
me.
Lately, I've been, you know, I've been playing a lot of Power Wash Simulator, just because like
That's a good pick.
House
That's a
Flipper.
good pick.
I've been playing some House Flipper too. Lexi got me back onto some House Flipper.
That's a game that's been on my Steam wish list for
you just gotta
like
do
2
it.
I
years.
picked it up when it was in early access.
That's what you got to
waiting
do.
for it.
That's the thing that sucks about Steam games
That's
is
what
that
I've been doing.
you have to. Some games you have to just decide to pick up in early access, and then maybe eventually they'll turn out to a good game. But usually you can buy some games that are in early access for like $5-10 because they'll raise the price later.
Oh yeah, if
But-
if you think it's a promising game, if you think maybe it kind of sucks right
Mm-hmm.
now, obviously, but it's gonna get better. A good example was Tiny Rogues, a game that was a sleeper on my radar on Steam. But big update
I did that
came
with-
out after Halloween. It was awesome.
I did that with Ark. You know, Ark Survival Evolved, one of my favorite games of all time.
Look, how much they charge? Like $60 now?
Yeah, but when I bought it, it was 20.
Like Rust.
I bought it when
think-
it was $20.
I think-
Same thing with Rust for me. I bought Rust really early on.
I was on the fence. I never really thought I would like it though, but now it's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
It used to be like, oh my goodness, like $10 maybe.
Yeah, it used to be $10. Now I think now I think it's 40. Yeah.
$40. Like, I'm over it. I mean, it seems like the same game to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, but
Yeah, I have not kept up with Rust in years though, but I also buy too many. I buy too many games that I just need to stop playing. Like on my PS5 right now, I'm like rotating between like 5 games. I'm rotating between like God of War Ragnarok, Sonic Frontiers, Ghost of Tsushima. I picked up my 4th copy of Fallout 4 because I found Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is one of my top 5 games of all time. I know the story's stupid.
really,
it is
there's
the
a lot
best.
Of people hate on that one.
Okay, so I'll give you. So my opinion on Fallout 4 is that I do think the story is stupid. Fallout 4 has the best gameplay out of any Fallout game.
Really,
Every other Fallout game has failed to cap. I've played through every Fallout game.
every single one.
I've played through
Like,
every single one.
on record.
Yes, on record, I have played through every single Fallout game. But Fallout 4 is the only game that keeps me coming back because the gameplay is so much fun. I love the world of Fallout 4. I love the characters. I know the story's stupid. It is stupid, but it's just fun to play. Like I've played New Vegas. New Vegas hailed as one of the best games of all time. Yeah, sure. The story, great. Gameplay, I hate it. Playing
It's
New
old, and you can tell it's an old
Playing
game.
New Vegas makes me want to grind my teeth with a nail sharpener, dude. I cannot stand playing New Vegas.
Do you
Fix it
think-
with mods.
Do you
No.
think if you never played Fallout 4, you would only be playing New Vegas?
No, I don't, because I just prefer the way Fallout 4 plays in general overall.
Yeah.
Like those are the more kinds of games I tend
So like
towards
you're saying,
playing.
if Fallout 4 never happened, you wouldn't even be playing like Vegas or nothing.
Because Fallout 4 was the first Fallout game I ever beat.
Oh, really?
And then I retroactively went back and
Oh.
played all the rest. It's kind of the same thing that I think I'm going to do with God of War, because my first God of War game was 2018.
Oh, yeah?
And then now I think I'm like 2/5 through Ragnarok now. I'm like a good 20 hours in, I think.
Honestly, that's probably more fun than starting from the start.
Yeah, I know, because what's hard to get back, it's hard to play the original like 3 God of War games because
Because you're like losing mechanics and stuff, right? And they're a little different.
they only ever released God of War 3 on PS4. Well, no, they re-released it on 3, but they only ever really re-released 3, but they didn't re-release the first 2.
Oh, yeah.
And the newest version of the first 2 God of War games is on the PS3. So I would have to buy a PS3 or emulate it, which is probably what I'll end up doing.
How to never pay for anything on the internet ever again.
Yeah.
You first.
It's also I was talking about somebody else. Like that's the ethical way to play the new Harry Potter game is to pirate it. Do not buy it, or it's actually pirate it or buy it secondhand used.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know the deluxe version of that game? The new Harry Potter, isn't it on Xbox?
I think so. Yeah.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's like $85 for
Yeah, I
the
know.
deluxe version, or like
But
$120.
90% of the time, buying the deluxe version of the game is stupid.
Oh my goodness.
However-
I have a great story. I'll let you continue.
However, sometimes there are a few games where I have bit the bullet and bought the deluxe version, like what is it? Dragon Ball Fighter Z, my favorite fighting game of all time. I bought the deluxe edition, which was $100. But the thing that sucked about it is, if you bought the deluxe version on console, you got a Goku figure with it.
Wow.
If you bought it on PC, you did not. So I was very mad about that. But I'll let you continue.
I pre-ordered Borderlands 3 for $100.
Oh my
because
God.
Borderlands 2 is probably
fucking awesome.
Top 25. If I had to put on top 25 games I've ever played of all time, it's on there for sure. And I love Borderlands 2 so much. Pre-sequel, not that much. I'm pretty consistent.
Pre-sequel's okay.
Favor. It's all right. I don't. It doesn't deserve all the hate it gets, but it's not a bad game. It's not.
It's just not as good as 2.
I would rather play the second one.
Yeah.
I was so hyped for Borderlands 3 to come out, man. Oh my goodness, I was so excited for the $100 version. And
then the game came out. And
the game came out, and you can still buy the deluxe version for $100 with no extra benefits or anything. So really, what I did was I spent $100, and I could have just waited for it to go on sale or something. And I also bought it as an Epic exclusive because it was an Epic exclusive at that point.
Oh no, dude! This is why I never buy any. I never buy any games on the Epic Games Store.
The only reason I like the Epic Games Store is because every week they give you 2 free games. So I've got 180 games. I swear in my Epic library that I've never installed.
I have never bought a game on the Epic Games Store ever. Even then, it's the only game I play on the Epic Games Store is Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
Fortnite.
Only when it's super exclusive is what I have.
But even then, maybe this is just me. If a game is exclusive on PC to the Epic Games Store, I will buy it on console, out of protest.
If I had that option, oh my goodness.
That's why I like having a PS5, because if there is a game that is exclusive to the Epic Games Store, I will pick it up on console, because at that point I would rather play it on console than play it on the Epic Games Store.
A game I picked up that was exclusive, unfortunately, was Salt and Sacrifice. Have you heard of the game Salt and Sanctuary?
Yes.
It's the
the sequel.
It's the sequel. It's
kind
of course made by the same developers. It's not quite a sequel, I should say. It's a little different. It's not really what people wanted to, because people wanted Salt and Sanctuary 2, and they didn't get that. It's more of a Monster Hunter style take on the game. I guess you kind of have to go around and fight all these mages that are, of course, a lot bigger than the player character. And
Love me some Monster Hunter.
Materials. It's really fun. It's a really good concept, but it's just not what people wanted.
Yeah.
And that's I think if you're going for the Souls-like experience, you want to go back to the first one, because I feel the whole world is just like in Dark Souls, it's one continuous. There's no you can't teleport to another fucking world or something, right?
Dark Souls is a series that I need to play. I need to sit down and play.
How do you feel about the Game Awards? Do you watch that?
Yeah,
you agree with the Game of the Year?
Yes. So first of all, I want to say this. I was talking to my roommate about it. I 100% predicted who would win every category in the Game Awards.
Really?
Because I was talking to my friend, and he is a really big God of War Ragnarok fan. And he was like, so do you think it's going to win Game of the Year? And I'm like, no. It's going to win every category but Game of the Year.
It literally did, though.
And it literally did.
Oh, I was so upset watching God of War Ragnarok win everything, because I didn't want to win.
It happens every few years at the Game Awards. There's one game that will sweep. And I'm like, listen, man, I know it's going to happen at the Game Awards.
It's God of War Ragnarok was everything about the Game Awards. I mean, even the performance and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Were all from soundtrack from the game, I believe, right? Or
Yeah, I think it won Best Soundtrack, which Elden Ring should have won Best Soundtrack.
I would have rather had an orchestral performance.
Yeah.
Of an Elden Ring.
But I was completely right. I'm like, yeah, God of War is going to win every award except for Elden Ring, except for Game of the Year, and Elden Ring is going to win Game of the Year, and he. In his mind, he could not believe that would ever happen. And then I was watching the Game Awards, and it happened. I was like, yeah.
Elden Ring got a couple in there, They did definitely win a couple over Ragnarok.
It won Best Direction or something, but none of the other awards it should have won, best soundtrack. It should have won Best Soundtrack. But all of the other awards, I was also pretty sure about.
Best indie game.
Best indie game. I forgot who won Best indie game. Who was it? Stray?
Oh yeah.
I know which one.
Who are all the nominees for that one? I don't remember.
I know who should have won.
Because I will say personally, I did vote for Stray, because I love Stray.
Wow, really?
I love Stray.
Oh man.
That was a day one purchase for me, and I beat it the same day. I love Stray. That game's awesome.
Best indie game nominees. Okay, so one of my favorite games from last year is on here.
Vampire Survivors.
Oh yeah, Vampire Survivors.
Was it in the running for Best Indie Game?
No, it wasn't. What? Hold on.
I do love Vampire Survivors, though.
I could have sworn.
That game's awesome.
Maybe it's in it. Maybe debut? It was Best Debut Indie Game. Mm-hmm. Best Debut Indie. It was Tunic, which is like this little fox.
Yeah. Another game I need to play. I've heard Tunic's awesome.
I've never heard of Norco. Have you heard of that game? I'm not quite sure what that game is. Neon White?
That's actually for when I was voting, I could not decide between Neon White and Stray. Neon White is fucking awesome.
Really?
That game is amazing.
What about it do you like?
So it's a very fast-paced shooter where I think the story is that you are one of God's
And I should say
angels.
that Vampire Survivors was also on the best debut indie list, and it should have won because it really was the best debut indie game of the entire year. That sold like a monumental amount of copies for what it was.
It's also
have you played that game?
I have it. It's
My phone right now.
it's also like the #1 installed game on Steam Deck,
Really?
which is
I'm so
yeah.
comfortable.
But I'll talk about the Steam Deck in a second. But it's Neon White's really cool, and also the main character is voiced by Steve Bloom.
Oh, really?
So anybody who's ever watched an anime ever knows who Steve Bloom is.
And they have the Machine Girl soundtrack as
Yeah,
well.
dude, don't get me
Original
started. Don't
soundtrack,
get
I
me
should
started
say.
on how much I fucking love Machine Girl.
Yeah.
I love Machine Girl. Anyways, yeah. So I remember seeing like the #1 most downloaded game and played on Steam Deck is Vampire Survivors, and then it's
Rightfully
like,
so.
and then it's like Spider-Man, God of War, and a few other things. And I remember I picked up a Steam Deck
Really?
recently.
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know.
awesome.
'Cause I kind of want
Because so what blew me away is that one of the first games I played on my Steam Deck was Fallout 4. So I go on. It's first of all, Fallout 4 is a verified playable game. So you will have no issues playing this game on Steam Deck. So I'm sitting there, playing Fallout 4 on medium settings, nothing crazy, medium settings, and I'm just playing the game, and even in the most intensive places. Solid 60 FPS.
Really?
And I was sitting there on my couch. And I'm like, I cannot fucking believe this. This is blowing my mind right now.
Do you really think it's like a Switch if it was better?
It's
Hardware-wise, I should say hardware-wise.
hardware-wise,
Like,
yeah,
if
for
we're going
sure.
Off, Nintendo. Obviously, if we're gonna get one Nintendo games,
Yeah.
you gotta get a Switch. That's just how
Yeah,
it works.
but so,
Based on
but
the
even
hardware capabilities.
for me, a Steam Deck is only worth it if you already have a pretty expansive Steam library. So
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
not something you would get standalone.
So one of my friends, who is a solid PlayStation guy forever, picked up a Steam Deck because he really wanted to play Halo Infinite, and he did not
Steam
have.
Deck is better than buying a whole PC.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I'm like, if you just want to play certain select PC games, Steam Deck is the way to go. And so he picked it up, and he didn't have a Steam library at all. So even now, he has a very small, limited Steam library. And I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, you're probably gonna get more use out of it than me, because, I've had my Steam account for like 7 years, and almost at 500 games. And yeah, I agree with him. I think I'm getting more use out of it than he is, just because I've been sitting there playing like, I don't know, Fallout 4, the Crash Bandicoot like remastered trilogy,
what's called
the Insane trilogy,
yeah.
and then I'm playing Vampire Survivors. By the way, Vampire Survivors on Steam Deck.
Is it really?
It's
That's what
awesome.
I would think, man.
It's awesome.
It's gotta be because so many times I just want to just like chill somewhere playing that game on a controller interface, kind of a controller.
I will
cable.
say the Steam Deck it's always higher quality than you think it is.
Really?
Because you pick it up and you hold it and you're like, this is solid. Like, it just feels good. The controllers are awesome. The sticks are awesome.
Good.
Even the little trackpads that come on it for like playing like RTS games or whatever. Awesome.
Because Lexi and I, we picked up Switch Lights not too long after they came out. I don't really know.
When did the Switch Lite come out? Was it 2020?
I was thinking 2019, dude.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was
So maybe
2019.
we did
Because
get
remember,
one.
I picked up one for my sister for Christmas one year.
We got it while we were in high school. I know this. That's a fact. So,
Yeah.
I mean, at least over 3
I
years
think
ago.
they came out. Yeah, I think they came out in 2019, and then I remember I got my sister one in
It's like we didn't go until
2020.
junior year. So I'd say probably almost 4 years
Yeah.
ago now.
How do you like the Switch Lite?
I don't.
Because my sister has one and I like it.
If I'm being quite honest, I have not picked up my Switch Lite in over a year.
You only buy it for Animal Crossing, and that's if you're gonna like grind.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how I feel about the Switch now. It's like I'm not. If a game is available on other platforms, I'm not going to buy it on Switch, right? Like if I'm buying, I can't think of a game off the top of my head, but like if I'm playing Doom, right? Doom 2016, I'm not going to play it on Switch. I'm going to play it on PC.
Right.
But I mean, it's good. It's great that it's there for people that don't own other consoles. But like at the same time, it's like I only have a Switch to just play Nintendo exclusives.
And
like the most recent game I
that's why-
bought is
that's why I bought it.
like the new Pokemon game.
Are you Scarlet or Violet?
Scarlet. I'm a Scarlet guy
Why?
because I think the Legendary is cooler.
Really? Is that the only reason I think about
Yes.
the Paradox guys?
I was talking to my friends the other day, and they were like, "How do you pick your Pokemon?" Solely off of coolness factor.
Really? Just off the cover?
It's cool. Well, even in game.
Yeah, I do
it's,
that too, though.
It's coolness factor alone. I don't care how good it is for team building, how good it is competitively. If it's a cool looking Pokemon,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I posted my Pokemon team on the BoonePod Instagram.
I saw that, yeah.
But
like 2 days after
I remember
the
Dingo
game came out.
Dingo commented. He's like, "It's only been like 3 days.
Yeah.
How are your Pokemon level 60?" I'm like, "I just do what I do. You know, I just do what I do."
Sometimes it happens,
But like, I'm like, if Pokemon was available on another platform, I would buy it on another platform.
Yeah. Have you seen Coromon on Steam or Temtem?
I've heard of Temtem.
I think those are both very similar in ideas to Pokemon.
But
You'd
I
like to
remember
look at those.
Temtem was really big when it first came out in early access, but I haven't heard.
People were freaking out.
Yeah.
It's a Pokemon killer. No,
And
I
then
wanna play Pokemon
just like
every day.
every time they say it's a blank killer,
It fell off. So hard.
it never
Oh my
is.
God, it fell off.
Yeah, it fell off. But have you heard of Power World? It's a Pokemon game. It's like an open world Pokemon-ish type game where you collect creature and you build your base. But then there's also guns.
Oh, cool.
Like you can have like this this I think they're called pals. But then like you use them as a shield and then you have like an MP5, you know? But
it's a fun take on the genre.
it is a fun take on the genre. But
That's what I like. I like interesting. I like new ideas.
I do too, but then most of them it's definitely hard to sell, you know? Because it's like there's a bunch of games like every time like when we were just talking about it, like every time there's a game where it's like this is the X killer, 99% of the time it's not. Like when people said that like Apex is the Fortnite killer.
Oh, yeah.
Which one's more popular now? Fortnite. I stand by the fact that Fortnite has always been the best battle royale, hands down.
I think so. You know, Fortnite came out on my birthday.
Did it
When
really?
released, yeah.
Holy shit! When it was the
September
original
26th.
like base building thing.
No,
Holy.
like battle royale.
Oh, okay.
Battle royale. When it came out, it was on my birthday, and I legit played on my birthday.
But I to this day, even right now, I very addictively play
People will
Fortnite.
be haters, but I think it's a good game, man.
It is. I don't. But some people get on to me. I exclusively play zero build. I hate building.
I'm shaking his hand right now
Yeah.
for saying that.
Now we should play Fortnite sometime.
Yeah, dude.
I personally am a builder.
The BooneCast pod,
But-
Fortnite.
But I
Can you imagine
enjoy.
I'll stream on Twitch. I'll make a BoonePod Twitch, and I'll stream me playing Fortnite. But
One lucky listener. gets
But
to fill the
Fortnite,
four slot in their
Fortnite is
squad.
the only battle royale that consistently stays fun. Especially this new season right now. Some of the most fun I've ever had playing Fortnite.
I hop on just to check it out. You know, I played a couple games this season to see what it's like. But
I'm addicted to finishing battle passes. Like the last 5 seasons, I finished the battle
I think
pass.
Battle Pass. Oh, continue. You have something to say.
So one of the only I've only finished the Battle Pass in 2 seasons, and one of them was whenever it was like kind of like the Star Wars theme, and you could get like the baby Yoda like floating around with you. And the season ended, and I was like right there, and I didn't get him, but I got the full
Oh my
set.
god, the same thing happened to me. That season when it was the Mandalorian, I got the whole Mandalorian set, but I didn't get Grogu.
Yep.
And it pisses me off.
It's like the most important part. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That's why you wanted him.
So what are your opinion on battle passes?
I think they're stressful.
They definitely
Because
are, and I
as soon
think
as you get more than one, you're like, oh shit! Now I gotta commit. I have to literally have to delegate time
Yeah.
to these games. It almost feels like a hassle sometimes.
it becomes a job.
Because I like Overwatch too. I've been playing that a lot recently. Have you been playing?
I played it for the first like 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
I stopped touching it because I realized I'm like I just don't think I like what Overwatch is anymore.
Yeah.
Because when Overwatch 1 came out in 2016, I put a good 800-900 hours in Overwatch 1.
Put a couple hundred.
I was a day one player
Wow.
into Overwatch 1, and I fucking loved it. But then I stopped playing in like mid 2018.
Oh, they've
and
changed.
and every time I came back, I'm like I just don't like this. What killed it for me is they reworked Torbjorn to where you couldn't upgrade his turret anymore.
That was like the-
That pissed me off so bad. Torbjorn was my number 1 character.
Who do you think I play mostly?
You seem like
Abby.
a Lucio kind of guy.
That's you're very close. I play Baptiste.
Okay. Baptiste is a character that has never clicked for me, and I don't think ever will.
Baptiste is a sleeper character.
I
I'll
know
say that
he
right
is.
now.
I know how good Baptiste is. I can just never get into playing him because every time I play support, I'm like, I'm just gonna play Zenyatta. Zenyatta's my go-to for support.
You know, Zenyatta's more than just a pick. It's a mentality. you
It's
know?
Zenyatta's a
When you
lifestyle.
pick him, you're thinking like Zenyatta.
Yeah, you really are.
Oh, yeah?
You have to get into the. you have to get into the whole brain thing. But Overwatch 2, the Battle Pass system feels weird.
The main takeaway I have from the Overwatch 2 Battle Pass is it doesn't give you currency back.
Yeah.
And that's why I've liked Fortnite from day one. They always give you more than enough to get back the Battle Pass, right?
That's why Fortnite is the only game where a Battle Pass works. Because the developers I feel like the Fortnite developers are the only video game company that understands how a Battle Pass should work. Because, first of all, when you get the Fortnite Battle Pass, you get enough currency to buy the next one.
I think it, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it averages between like 1,200 to 1,400 per.
Yeah.
Maybe even 1,500.
It definitely is. It's definitely where if you just beat the Battle Pass, not even doing any of the extra stuff, if you just complete the Battle Pass, you will have enough V-Bucks to buy the next Battle Pass.
And I found that it really does not take that long to get.
It really doesn't. Fortnite's Battle Pass is the only Battle Pass where it doesn't feel like a chore. Because they integrate the quests you can do really well into the gameplay.
Seamlessly sometimes. Sometimes you don't even look at those, and then you complete them.
But then you play a game like Apex, and the Apex Battle Pass has never felt that good to me.
Really?
Like,
I've never played personally.
So Apex was really fun in like 2020, but then ever since then, they just have never changed the gameplay has always felt the same.
And that's what I think Fortnite, I think they saw a really good model for themselves, changing from season to season.
And they always have what it seems like to me, they always introduce the most fun gameplay
they really
mechanics.
try to turn something on its head to get people coming back. And that's originally why I started playing the game again, because they brought Zero Build, remember that?
Yeah.
After season 1.
Zero Build is what got my friend, the current friend group that I always play Fortnite with now, Zero Build is the only reason why they play. Because I played Fortnite solo, just completing the Battle Pass, for like a year, and then they introduced Zero Build, and I'm like, come on guys, you guys should try Fortnite. And they all got really into it, and now we all play at least a few times a week together. We'd always just have so much fun. But if Zero Build was never introduced in the game, they would have never got into it.
Oh yeah.
But like that's the only multiplayer game that me and my friends consistently play is Fortnite.
Because I think the skill ceiling required in the building section of the game can be kind of daunting sometimes.
But then you play Zero Build, and Zero Build you can kind of just relax.
It does feel like a more even playing field.
It definitely does.
And that's why I like it, because it feels like you have more of a fair chance, right?
And it also just gives you more time to just focus on movement and aiming and stuff. You don't have to worry about a third thing like building.
I love the movement up, the sprint feature they added.
Oh my God.
Vaulting.
The hurdling.
You seen that?
And then I'll tell you, the best thing they added this season, actually two things, was the dirt bike and the hammer. The hammer.
I love those.
Oh my God. But is it boiling hot in here for you guys?
Yeah, this room has become a sauna.
Yeah, see, this is what we were talking about. We were talking about this before we were recording. I'm like, after like an hour, this room is like boiling hot.
Oh, dude,
I'm really hot.
Like sticky under my shirt.
Yeah,
I took off all of my jackets. I took off my beanie. For the people that who know me, I never take off.
That's how serious this is.
Oh my goodness, I'm like.
Nick's
dripping.
actually bald underneath the beanie.
Yeah, that's why I don't take it off. All the hair I kind of tape around my head. In the center, it's like a bald spot.
It's actually just hair they shave from an orange cat.
It's kind of like Medusa. So when people look at them, they get petrified, and so I really just had to keep the beanie on for everyone's safety.
Yeah. So actually, my own current body right now is actually slowly turning into the stone over the course of the podcast.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, especially when the light reflects off it.
This might
be catching that kind of light.
This might be the last episode of BoonePod.
It's pretty good. I mean, we talked about video games.
I had a pretty good run. Yeah. I like how the first episode with you guys was talking about like how you make your videos and all that stuff, and then now it's just like, what's your favorite McDonald's order? Do you like Fortnite?
I found a new. I have a newfound appreciation for conversation. I like talking to people.
That's what I try to do most, because I know a lot of people think that this is like an interview show, and it's really not. It's more just having a conversation with people who just make cool things. You know?
Cool people.
Just anybody who makes cool art, come on the podcast.
Anybody.
I want to talk to you.
Oh my goodness.
Because some episodes are more serious and more intellectual than others. But then some like I have Sloth on. They're very jokey guys, so most of the podcast is just talking about jokes. Yeah. But then, like, the Soul Nostalgia episode is definitely more of, like, a serious, grounded, and, like, intellectual conversation. And both are fine. I like both. It's good to have a good mix, because I know for a while there, in Season 1, there was a few episodes in a row where it's just kind of jokey episodes. And I know I did have someone reach out to me, and they were like, hey, you should go back to doing, the more conversation, intellectual episodes. But, I like doing both. Because I also just like sticking to bits too much. Yeah. Because I think it's really funny.
I like trying to be funny.
Anyways, you know what I just realized? We never did the intro. So, hey guys, welcome to BoonePod Season 2, Episode 4 with BooneCast.
BooneCast.
Yes.
Oh man, hi guys, my name's Nick from BooneCast.
Like 15 minutes before the episode
Hi,
ends.
I'm Lexi, from BooneCast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're at an hour 14 right now, and we've got this room until 4:30. So
That's true.
I'm thinking maybe we wrap this episode up by 4:25.
That sounds like a great idea.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Before I lose all my body mass in
Yeah,
sweat.
before we all sweat out all of our bodily fluids, and also I'm still very hungry because I haven't eaten lunch yet, and
Have you gone to the taco truck?
I have not.
Dude,
What?
I have not.
You haven't been there?
you guys have not been to the taco truck. You gotta go to the taco truck. It's
El Corriendo. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but
It's good.
it's right on the.
I know. I walk past it all the time. I haven't
next
been there.
next to Blues Brews, Blue Deer. If you know where that is, you can see it right from campus. We could see it when we leave this building. It's awesome.
Yeah.
$10 a person, roughly.
I may have to walk over this after this and pick up some tacos, if they're there right now.
I think they're there till 8 tonight.
I think I'm gonna walk over there after this episode and pick up some tacos.
Taco episode.
BoonePod's taco reviews.
ACP burrito.
Oof. Ooh, that sounds delicious.
AC plus wrap. Same thing with chorizo.
Oh my god.
It's like
You need to stop. I'm so
okay,
fucking
we're-
hungry right now. My stomach's like, please eat. I need nutrients. When all I had before this episode was a Celsius energy drink, and I'm drinking some water.
Dude, that's the
Breakfast
breakfast
of
of champions.
champions.
It is. It really is. Actually, new question. What's the best
In the
energy?
morning, every
What's the
morning.
best energy drink?
Monster. Oh, I'm personally a Monster girl.
Monster? Okay.
Dude, have you ever tried the ginger brew Monster?
I
It
have
tastes like
not.
super spicy ginger ale. It's
Ooh.
so good. But the Aussie lemonade one, that one's good.
Red Bull. I used to be really big into Red Bull, but
It's expensive.
not only is it
I would say.
not only is it expensive, it also just always made me crash really hard.
Really?
Yes, Red Bull makes me crash really hard. And then also, the only way I can describe the normal Red Bull taste to my friends is it kind of just tastes like energy piss. That's what
Yeah.
Red Bull tastes like.
That's what I drink if I want to go.
I always use the flavored energy. I don't
Yeah.
go for the solid. The OG one, the original one.
I will say I've never tried any of the other Red Bull flavors, but the
Really?
OG flavor, I don't know.
If it's my only option and I really want Red Bull, I don't mind.
The blueberry one's good. I like the blueberry.
What? Oh my.
I had
What are you
one.
saying? Sorry.
Whichever one's in the green can. I have one friend that's
Dragon
like.
fruit.
I think so. That's one of my friend's favorite
Praise be
flavors.
unto thee.
But in my opinion, I think the best energy drink is Celsius.
Really?
Celsius is the only energy drink that not only do I not crash when I drink it, I also don't go the energy levels don't go down super
True.
quick either. It's definitely Celsius is more of a like a slower burn.
Really?
And I also like the flavors of. Because I've tried a lot of the Monster flavors, and none of them really ever clicked.
Really?
But Celsius, I'm like, I can get into Celsius. I like
The
Celsius.
pineapple Monster clicked with me, and that's my go-to. I don't really drink Monster that often, though. And for the Celsius, I don't know. I haven't liked the taste. I just feel like it's got a weird aftertaste in my mouth.
I will say,
sometimes.
okay.
But I'm sure it's something. If you really like the drink, you don't mind.
Here's
It grows on you.
my recommendation is the Celsius. I think it's called the Celsius Miami edition. It's got like a pink and blue can. It's really good.
Oh, yeah?
Or the mango one. Celsius mango is really good too.
I think I've just managed to try only the Celsius that tastes like cough medicine.
Which ones have you had?
I know I've had the Fuji apple one.
I've never had the Fuji apple.
I
one.
had good high hopes because I like apples, especially Fuji ones. And I didn't like it. And the Arctic Vibe, I think it's called.
I've never tried that one.
That sounds
either.
like a crazy ass flavor.
Maybe it's one of those things where you probably only ever tried the bad flavors.
Yeah, right.
I would say
just my luck.
I would try out next time if you ever want to try it again. Try out it's called like the Miami edition, I think,
Yeah.
and then the mango one. The mango one is also really good. That's the one I had
I had the
before
white
this.
peach one. I don't mind the white peach one that much. If you ever had that one, it was.
I don't. When I get Celsius, I don't stray too much. I try the. I get one of two flavors.
Right.
But
I think the number one Red Bull flavor, discontinued by the way, pear, zero sugar pear.
That sounds really nice.
Oh, at the gas station that I lived right by when I lived back in North Carolina. I would go there like every morning before school. I swear.
Holy
or, like,
shit.
You know, on my way to work or some shit, I pick up a pair of Red Bull because they're so
Oh my
good.
God.
Not every day. I mean, in moderation. I wouldn't do it
Energy
every
drinks
day.
are something that I like had to. I was really bad for drinking them back in like high school and when I was in community college.
I'm afraid
and
that
then-
I always get afraid that I use it as a crutch sometimes.
That's
and I
well,
don't want that to be.
That's how I felt too, because then I had to just force myself to stop drinking them. And now, unless I really need energy, which is why I drank an energy drink before this, 90% of the time I just drink coffee. Like I'll make like a straight black cup of coffee at home.
Coffee goes through me like no other. That's
It's how I start my mornings,
out of the
man.
question.
Whenever I am home for break, I drink a ridiculous amount of coffee.
We do work at Dunkin'.
Because I work at a Dunkin' Donuts when I'm home, and you get free coffee throughout your shift. So,
Oh.
you know, when I'm opening or working at 5 o'clock in the morning,
So
I'm
just
like,
the entire day you are wired.
I am absolutely wired. Lattes all day, espresso all day, and then I'm like, you know, I'm back at work here. I work at Ingles. You know, do not come see me there.
I'm not. I don't mean this in any offense. I don't like Dunkin' Donuts that much,
I'm gonna
or
be honest,
Starbucks. I don't really like Starbucks that much either. If I get coffee, like if I get like specialty coffee, I'm gonna go to like a local place to get coffee.
yeah,
Because 99. So back where I'm from, in a town called Hudson, there's this place called the Local Bean, my favorite coffee shop ever. I know it has a goofy name.
What's your thoughts on the local here? Have you ever been?
The Local.
The Lion,
The
right?
local one?
Oh, I've only ever been there once.
You like it?
I went there like 2 years ago.
I'm gonna be honest. I went there one time, hated it.
Oh, really?
I was not impressed.
I would have to
Wow.
try it again, but like I do not. All I know is that early in the morning it has a ridiculous line.
Oh yeah.
So that's all I know about it.
I'm gonna be honest.
But
I was holding out for a Dunkin' because I was like, woo, I can work at a Dunkin' here.
I like the coffee shop here on campus. What's it called?
High grounds? Which one?
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Wait,
I like
don't they have
Crossroads.
Haptic coffee there? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, then a lot of the time I get their here's the BoonePod special smoothie. It's the sun butter and strawberry and banana smoothie.
Sounds great.
It's awesome.
Is it
And then they also
caffeinated or no, just
It's
smoothie?
I have no idea, but they also have like good like baked pastries, and they also have like egg bagel
I haven't
sandwiches,
been there
whatever.
myself, but it does sound really cool.
It's
I've
really
heard good
cool. I
things.
like it. Whenever I stop through the student union, I'm like, I'll get a smoothie.
I guess.
I guess.
I
But,
guess I feel smoothie.
You know, I'm already here. Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. It's like that. It's like when I'm in fucking Walmart and I walk past like the ice cream section. I'm like, wow, I'm already here.
Every minute I go without a treat, my condition worsens.
Yeah, I need a little treat throughout the day.
I made it out of the Walmart. I deserve it, right?
Dude, it's like that's how I felt when I bought my Steam Deck. I'm like, you might as well.
I've been doing good.
But oh yeah, for
I
context,
deserve
I have the mid-range Steam Deck
There are
model.
different models.
Well, they come with different storage.
Oh.
Same hardware, like GPU,
Is it,
CPU.
is it internal?
Yeah,
Or is it like an SD card?
So it has internal storage, and then there's also an SD card slot at the bottom. So it comes in a 64 gig eMMC memory, and then the mid tier is the 256 gig NVMe, and then the top tier is the 512 gig NVMe. But it also has like anti-glare glass. But then all of the model,
Like the,
all of the
OLED.
models, yeah, all of the models come with a carrying case, and then
All the accessories, right?
yeah, charging kit and everything. And then it has an SD card slot at the bottom, which I have ordered like a 512 gig micro SD card for. So, because 256 gig fills up really quick. Because I have like 10 games, and it's like, yeah, you have 30 gigs of storage left. So I'm like, awesome. And then Vampire Survivors is like 300 meg, and I'm
Oh
like,
my goodness!
yes.
It's so. I think the simplicity really drove me into it.
I know a few people that have like thousands of hours in it. It's like,
Oh, you could get there easily.
I could totally, like,
I'm
just
not-
sitting there
I'm
playing
not
the
even
game.
Close to being done with that game.
Oh, yeah. I remember I saw one guy on Twitter, like, being like, yeah, I 100% at Vampire Survivors. And they're like, how many hours do you have in the game?
And the DLC, I've been playing the DLC too.
I forgot there was DLC.
It's crazy that a game released a DLC, right?
Yeah.
And it is so worth it.
You should
I
follow
love
the
it.
Vampire Survivors TikTok.
I do.
The official,
I do
okay,
Chronicle
good.
Games. I
Good.
follow them. I love those guys.
We should probably get to end it up
We
here.
should.
So I'll give you guys a few minutes, just like the first time. Give you guys a few minutes to hear to, shout out whoever you want to shout out.
Come see the Appalachian Concert Band in February.
Yes.
We're in that. That's our on-campus thing that we're a part of, I guess.
Mm.
The Appalachian Concert Band. I play percussion.
I play saxophone.
So if you guys want to come out and see us there,
Please show
I'm
up.
pretty sure it's free too, right? And it's only gonna be like an hour or something.
Mhm.
February 20 something. I know. I'll put something on my Instagram story about it probably. Now that I say something now.
It's burning me.
Yeah. Oh my! Everything is burning right now. Is there anyone else who would like to?
God.
Oh, thank you, Jesus, for our food.
Every time I've done shoutouts this season, I bring up God.
Is there someone you're forgetting to ask? God.
Yeah,
Because he's
God.
always listening, so you
Yeah.
always have to ask him.
Praise God. Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, praise Jerry Seinfeld. Shout out Throb.Ross on Instagram. He's from Asheville. I don't know him very well, but he makes some really cool flash tattoos, and I want to get a tattoo from him soon. So go check out his tattoos. Who else do we know? I guess I don't really know him, but...
Shout out Cookout.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Cookout, for being open so late.
You were a real one, for real.
Cookout's the only fast food restaurant where I eat it, and then the next day I feel awful. Every time I eat at Cookout, I always feel terrible the next day.
It's all part of the experience, though. It's what
It
you sign
is.
up for when
You've got it. Part of the experience is also getting into Cookout,
Oh,
that
yeah.
fucking
As
driveway.
soon as you get in that line, your whole
You're locked in.
future is planned.
Yeah.
It's
The
like a
next-
destiny.
55 minutes, you're going to be sitting in this line waiting.
What I've noticed is that the perfect time to go to that Cookout is at like 8 p.m. 8 p.m. No one in line.
Because no one's drunk yet.
Yeah, no one's drunk yet. The closer you get to 3 in the morning, the more people.
I'm sure
there.
plenty of people are, but
Yeah.
not enough people.
Not enough people want
Everybody
Cookout.
was listening like, stop talking about Cookout. I can't, dude. It feeds. It's the people's restaurant.
BoonePod, the Cookout episode.
I was talking about with somebody the other day. They're like, "Who'd you want to sponsor BoonePod Cookout?"
Easily.
100%.
Easily.
That or like Bojangles.
Right?
I need that Bojangles hard sweet tea soon though. I need that now.
I know you probably want that too. It probably would be good though. It
Yeah.
would.
Anyways,
I hope everyone has a wonderful time. Thank you for listening from
Lexi,
Nick from BooneCast.
do you guys remember the outro?
I don't. Oh.
bye boomers.
Nope, you're close. It's see you later, Booners, because my fan base is the Booners and
This
their
is
parents
true.
were the Boomers.
Oh my goodness! It finally clicked.
Yeah.
But
Big brain.
Challenge yourself to go and sit down with somebody that you don't even know and have a conversation. Because I think that's a really fun thing to do. And I do that a lot, actually. I've done that a lot recently. And I think it's improved my conversation skills, for one. And also, it helps you think differently. I like to have multiple perspectives on things. And what a better way than hearing multiple perspectives to gain multiple perspectives. So go out, sit down with somebody, and talk to them, because it's fun.
Yes.
See ya, Booners.
Wait, no, you gotta do it it's like on 3.
Oh,
we all do it. We all do it.
Oh,
We all
dude.
do it. Dude, you ruined it. No. No, I can't do the outro.
Okay,
Take it back, take
we're
it
gonna
back.
scrap the whole episode.
Yeah, we're gonna scrap the whole episode. This is gonna be in the BoonePod archives. But so
You have the Patreon.
on 3. So see you later, Booners. So 1, 2, 3. See you later, Booners. Yay.